Okay, so we're talking about episode 5, Glitter Beef, and it was a long episode. It was really good though. Like, it was funny. It wasn't just like all yelling and screaming. Like, it was pretty funny. It could have easily been yelling and screaming if that's the way Judy and I wanted to take it, but of course we didn't. We were being grown-ups and more mature than some of the people in the house. But yeah, let's start with the list. Okay, you don't really see this, but like there's a scene where when we're putting the pictures outside, you see, I think me or Judy, we have pizza in our mouth. So after the big fight with Natalie and Red, we ordered pizza. Production ordered it for us because we weren't allowed to leave or do anything. And we had been drinking that day, so we couldn't drive. And we ordered pizza. And instead of like, we never cooked in the house for one. If you notice, like, I'm never cooking. Like, we ordered out, which made the girls mad too because we ordered breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, they were so mad. Like, we'd keep like snacks in our room because they would just mess with everything. So we literally hid our pizza outside in like the refrigerator by the grill. Lo and behold, like the next day, of course, like the girls, not only do they eat the pizza, but like they leave the stuff that's left over like wide open. They used all the icing for like the cinnamon sticks. Like, just so rude. This is exactly why we didn't cook or do anything there. Plus, if we cooked, they'd be like, "Oh, that mess is Sarah's." Like, no, it's not. Like, this kitchen is disgusting every single day. It has nothing to do with me because I don't cook here. I don't do anything here. And when I put my food in the refrigerator outside, you even steal that. So you're ridiculous. All right, as I said before, we hid the photos because they had stolen mine, or they threw mine away twice, and then they ripped it up. Of course, they want to drag this out. But yeah, so let's see. Okay, so Camila wants to make. Oh, they're just gonna go shoot for show magazine and whatever. And I already did the cover. Like, okay, Camila, but you were on the cover because you were on Bad Girls Club. I had been in the magazines before I ever got on the show, and I don't know, but I really did like Camila this episode. Like, we do start to become friends, like, in the next episode or two. But watching as a viewer, like, I really liked her in this episode because she wasn't, like, too much in everybody's drama and going crazy. There's a couple things that they cut out you didn't see, which I will tell you about when we get to that. All right, so we go to the photo shoot. Last time Judy did a photo shoot with Show Magazine, like, she cried because her makeup was messed up. That's why you see me in the bathroom saying, oh, I just take my makeup just in case, like I'll fix it in the bathroom. But luckily, I had a really good makeup artist. His name is Eric, and his pictures are on my Instagram, Beauty by Rick, and he does Natalie's makeup a lot. Also, like, he's really good. And he actually used to do Rocky's makeup. Rocky was extremely rude to him, saying he was using her for like publicity and stuff like that. Like, hello, if somebody does your makeup for free and brings you clothes as he did for her, of course you're supposed to post it on Instagram. Like, what benefit does he get out of spending his time, money, makeup, and clothes on you if he's not getting anything out of it? Has nothing to do with like wanting to use you in that sense. Like, you're using him, therefore in return, it's like helping each other out. So I don't know why she thinks she's like Beyonce, as she mentions later on, because I've heard this more than once. Her compare herself to Beyonce, like, that is not the case. Like, Rocky, you're a Rocky. Like, that's all you are. And even then, like, you stole the name from a movie. Like, your name is Raquel. Okay, get it together. Okay, Jada work with people. Oh, so Jada's sitting at the computer like, oh, I think we should work with people, like with animals, blah, blah, blah. Like, the producers set all this up. Like, they tell us, like, okay, we're going to have you guys do this. Like, they have a whole lineup what they want us to do. So for it to seem like it was Jada's idea and, oh, she's giving back, like, no, it wasn't Jada's idea. And she complained about doing the nails the entire time. But we'll get to that later also. So one thing that you guys didn't see is, like, when we came on the show, we were supposed to have a job on the show. We were told we were going to have a job, so I didn't really know if it was going to be like Jersey Shore, like you work at like an ice cream place in Miami, pizza place in Italy, t-shirt shop in Jersey, like type of job. But we were supposed to have a job. We did go to the meeting for it. It was at a club. I can't remember the name of it. A lot of girls didn't want to do it because they weren't paying enough. And I was like, I just want to get out of the house. Whether it's $100, $200, like, I don't really care. We weren't all going to be working together. We got to partner up. Like, I was all for it because a couple $100, get out the house away from these girls. Like, I was down. But, of course, they did not sit through the business meeting well. It was like an argument. That's where you saw the pictures of me, Natalie, and Judy online. It was like a little photo booth thing, and we uploaded the photos. It was that club, and it was that meeting. And, yeah. Okay. Buy the hot tub. Cut that right. What? Bought a bottle. Oh, so I don't know if you noticed later on where Julie is making ass of herself. Like, she's like looking at her vagina saying, "How old are you, Sarah?" For one, I'm the same age as your friend Jada who's sitting next to you, but I'm not going to go into it. Let me not talk shit right now. I'm not going to go into that. I'm the same age, Julie, as your friend sitting next to you while you're calling me old, but I'm actually doing something with my life. So you see me with that dress. I have my robe on, but there's like pink and stuff on my dress. If you look at my photos on saraholiver.com, you'll see, of course, like that whole night was cut out. We went to a club and my friend came out. His name is BK. Like you'll see pictures, whatever, on my website. He's been my friend for years. And he buys us a bottle. We end up getting not kicked out the club. We ended up leaving the club early because somebody else was arguing and fighting or something like that, and it's like a liability for us to be there. So we left, and I took the bottle with us. So we're in the limo and stuff, and Rocky's saying something, and then she goes like somehow and calls me dumb, and I'm like, bitch, I had a 3.85 like psychology major, like I'm not dumb. And then 2 minutes later, she's like, oh, can I have some vodka? And I'm like, you were just calling me dumb. Like, no, Sarah, I was just joking. I'm like, I don't even want to hear it. Like, drink some vodka. Like, I don't even care. One thing that you didn't see a long time ago either is the day when all that crazy stuff happened, you missed this, is that the girls threw alcohol in our beds, like $150 worth of liquor, me and Natalie's all in our beds and stuff like that. And one girl even peed in Natalie's bed. But, yeah, it's kind of disgusting. Which on this episode later, you'll kind of see a hint of that because Julie, when Judy freaks out about the glitter, she's like, well, as long as it's not pee. She didn't just randomly say as long as it's not pee. Like somebody had already peed in that bed. We switched out the mattresses because it was Natalie's mattress, and we put Judy's mattress, which says I am 5 years old, changed to 25, on that spot. So there was no longer pee in the bed. Yeah, these girls are crazy. All right. Next paper. Okay, so when you see us go into the arts and crafts store, I'm wearing that hot neon yellow standout outfit, and we actually went and did an aerial class first. You see it on the super trailer to the season, where we're hanging from like those little, what are they, like, not curtains, they're like the material that's soft. So we did the aerial class first. It was a lot of fun. I did really well at that. And after the aerial class, that's when we went to the arts and crafts store. Okay, so the girls didn't really know what they were getting. I'm like, okay, we need this, we need this. Okay, we need a ruler. Like, the things that I'm saying, nobody even thought about getting. And then it was my idea. I was like, let's get glitter. So me and Judy go on our own aisle. We go to get some glitter. And I'm like, let's get silver and gold. And, of course, it becomes an argument. Like, me and Danny were kind of, like, bonding and stuff a little bit before I thought. So for her to be like, who listens to me? Like, bitch, the glitter was my idea. Go get something else. Like, there's a million other things to get. So that being said, me and Judy got extra paper because we were going to do our own little thing. Like, we asked the producers. They said, yeah, that's fine. I was like, well, we could see who's better, or we could put ours on the other side of the bus, whatever. So the plan was me and Judy were going to do our own. We're not going to be arguing over glitter. They even argued over the paintbrushes. Like, Judy wanted this paintbrush. They're like, no, Judy, that paintbrush is too big. You don't need it big like that. I'm like, the letters are going to be not that big. Yeah, bitch, like, the fucking letters need to be this big. The banner's big on the bus. Like, we do need a big paintbrush. And we get home from there. We hide the paintbrush, we hide our piece of paper, and we stick it under the bed. We stick it under the bed between me and Judy's bed. There's like a little bitty walkway. Barely you can fit on it, right? So we end up going to the gym. It looks like the girls are doing the art project, and we're like, oh, we're leaving, we're going to the gym. You see me run out the house. That is not what happened. We left to go to the gym. The girls decided to steal the art supplies. Oh, wait, you missed this too, because before we left, we put our piece of paper upstairs, and then Jade and Rocky's like, oh my God, they stole the art supplies. They stole the art. I'm like, no, we didn't. We didn't touch anything. All we took out of the bag was Judy's paintbrush and then our piece of paper and stuck it under the bed. So they're like, you stole the art supplies. Camila comes running up the stairs. Of course, they see all the art supplies sitting there, and they look stupid, like, oh, maybe they didn't. But they could hear the paper crinkle. It was a separate piece of paper. So we go to the gym, we come back, and of course that's when there's glitter all over the house. We see paint on the floor, which shows us that they did the art project behind our back. Not just that, we go upstairs, and of course there's glitter all over our beds. But if you look on my website, or if you look at the little promo, or if you look at it closely, when you see Jada throwing the glitter on the bed and Camila's upstairs, there's a white banner above me and Judy's bed. They taped it over my pictures, trying to ruin my pictures once again, and it said, Judy and Sarah, we're smarter than you, ha ha ha. And actually Camila and Danny did that poster and hung it up. But whatever. So if you look at the picture when Jada's throwing the glitter, you can see the banner blurred out above my bed, and that's what that was. Okay, let's see. Oh, and then this is the crazy part, because Judy's like, I think they stole the brush. I'm like, no, Judy, you put it in your, like, nightstand. Why would they even know that it's there? And we get home. Oh, so production calls like, you need to hurry home. And it's like Brad, the cute guy that like sent me home on BGC 11. And I'm like, Brad, like, let us know. Are we walking into like a war zone? He's like, no, you guys just need to be home. And of course, they don't tell us anything like ever. And comes to find out, we did walk into a war zone. And I was like, how did you guys even find the paper anyways? So they go through Judy's drawer, they steal the brush, and the brush that she wasn't allowed to get in the first place. And then the paper was like in between our beds, right? Jada was like, I was just walking in the room. For one, this isn't your room, bitch. Secondly, who the fuck walks between two twin beds? Like, it doesn't make sense. It's not a walkway to anything. So for you to say you walked in between the two twin beds, like, you sound stupid. It's like I told you before, like, you sound stupid. Come on, I own up to everything. No, you don't. Like, who goes snooping around a room for a piece of paper you didn't even know existed? I think the producers told her. Okay, so I'm in the confessional, and I'm talking about, okay, yeah, Judy saying as long as it's not pee, because, oh yeah, and then of course Jada pisses in the body wash later on too, and that becomes a problem later with Danny, because Danny used the body wash. So, that'll be next. They probably won't show it. Okay, why is Danny always listening? Okay, so Danny's like listening to my confessional, talking about why is Sarah whispering. It looks like a cut from one of the first couple episodes, because I remember her saying that before. But like, I wasn't whispering. I'm like, these girls are so childish. Like, blah 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 blah. Like, why are you listening to my confessional? Like, it just shows that you're being sneaky. I don't know. I love Danny, but I don't like the fact that she's always listening to people's confessionals. Next. Oh yeah, I make the comment, beautiful Christmas Wonderland, because also when my calendars got thrown in the pool, somehow or another, every single calendar was on Christmas. Like, so I joked, I was like, oh my god, it's freaking Christmas. Like, it's crazy. And then with all the glitter and stuff, I was like, it's a beautiful wonderland. Like, I was like twerking in the bed, like glitter everywhere, like throwing the glitter. Judy did like a little photo shoot with me. And hopefully I'll get those pictures soon. We don't get our cameras back until after the season airs, so it really, really sucks. But there's like a whole little photo shoot I did with the glitter. All right. Judy is going crazy, like, oh, the glitter is so hot in here. Like, I thought it was a joke at first. Like, you see me laughing, and I'm like, I think she's like for real freaking out. She was like freaking out for real. There's glitter. I'm like, Judy, stop, because they're going to think they won. Like, who cares? It's just glitter. Let's just dust it off. And who knows if this will be seen later, but like the glitter becomes a huge problem. Not just with, because I was over it. I'm like, who cares? Like, glitter, whatever. You guys are stupid. You're childish. You stole our paper, whatever else. I don't care. Like, at least you're not stealing my clothes, my shoes, whatever. You noticed at lunch when Jada was confronting me about the stupid free cheap family photos on the wall, and I was like, you guys tore my calendars and you stole my clothes. Why didn't you guys see my clothes get stolen? They did steal my clothes, and it even shows it right there at lunch that I said you guys are stealing my clothes. Because if I didn't steal the clothes, they would be like, what are you talking about, Sarah? No, they were stealing my clothes. All right. So in the little blooper, Julie's drunk, and like there's broken glass on the floor. And you don't see this often, but they were like this like 4 or 5 times a week. They'd get up at like 9 in the morning, they'd be drinking. By the time I wake up at like 11 o'clock, they'd be drunk and they'd be bored. That's why they want to like start some crap. But yeah, they would like, Julie would do her stupid little dance. They joke. They were like drunk all the time, just like you saw them on that back porch. You only saw it twice on this episode, but literally they were like this 5 days a week, every single week. Like, it was so stupid. Okay, dying, common sense, painting. These hoes have none. Wait, is this Judy? Oh, so in the confessional, Judy had me cracking up. Like, I love Judy so much. She had me cracking up watching her confessional. She's like, I know what to talk to, and my voice is loud, and all this other stuff. And then she said something, and then that's when she was like, these hoes have no common sense, or something. She goes like this, and she points. I don't know why that was the funniest thing like I've ever seen. Like, that whole little, she looked crazy. The scene was funny. Her pointing like that, like, that was hilarious. I love that part. All right, so when we do the makeover thing, and it looks like Judy stayed home because she was talking to Stassi on the phone. If you notice, she was wearing that shirt, I'm a breadwinner or something. She was wearing it before we left. She was wearing it in the middle of the day. She was wearing it late at night when she was asking Danny if she heard her meltdown, whatever. But when you see her in the confessional, she's all dolled up, like a brown dress on, jewelry, whatever. And she's saying, like, oh, I wanted to stay home tonight. Do you not remember on episode 1 or 2, I think it was 2, when she stayed home with me and Natalie, she told the other girls, like, oh, I just need Judy time. I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to stay home tonight. That damn confessional was from... Okay, all right. So, yeah, it was like we did the makeover. I did hair for like 3 hours. It was really hot out there. Rocky didn't do anything. She was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna give the girls advice and blah blah blah." Jada complained about doing nails, and Danny did a good job. Julie did a good job. She did makeup. Like she works for Mac or something back at home. She did do a good job. But for the most part, yeah, Jada did one girl's nails and complained Brandy's nails, and then Rocky didn't do anything. She like helped put on an outfit like when it came time for them to get dressed in the beauty bus, which was nothing because I was out there sweating for 3 hours doing hair. All right, so next I'm gonna give them advice. Yeah, that's the whole advice thing. Okay, so yeah, when we get home from like the makeover thing, and I'm sitting there with Judy at the computer, like my hair's curled. Clearly, my hair was straight. It was in a ponytail all day. And next thing you know, I have curled hair with red lipstick. Whatever. All right, the booking at the 340 nightclub. You can probably like look it up and see flyers, but it was supposed to be Rocky and Natalie's party that Natalie booked. The guy's name is Weston Pomona. I've done a party as well there, and Natalie and I will be there December 17th and 18th. So those were mostly not Rocky fans. They were Natalie fans. Natalie, because she was already kicked off the show, had to go early. They couldn't be at the booking together. She signed her books. She sold them, whatever. And funny thing is, because, Amber wasn't shown on the last episode, but Amber came up there because she was seeing Natalie. And she left Natalie's books in Rocky's section. Pretty funny. You don't see that. She also gets on the party bus and leaves a book on there. And we talked to Amber. So when we came home, we knew they were going to be drunk and, like, annoying and in a bad mood because of the whole Amber Natalie situation, which is why Judy put Natalie's book outside of Rocky and Jada's room. That's why the book was there. All right, so of course I said, you guys didn't see them pour alcohol on my bed. I feel like I'm missing notes. I guess that's pretty much the end of it. What else happened? Okay, so yeah, they come home and they're like throwing water and stuff. Hopefully they'll show like the whole argument on the next episode because you just see Judy arguing with Jada, but actually me and Rocky argued for a really long time, and she was like, "Oh, you take care of your dad." How is that an insult? Like, me taking care of a family member because I need help is not an insult. And she was like, "Yeah, you're like old, use a heating pad." No, I've had scoliosis my whole life. Like, I already said that. Everybody knew on Battle. That's like Megan and them stepping on my back. They knew I already had a bad back. So we argued about that. She had like the worst comebacks. I'm like, "Bitch, you sleep on a couch. Like, don't argue with me about taking care of my dad. Like, you can't even take care of yourself." And then there was another little funny scene, which I'm not going to go into. But yeah, so the girls always like, "Sarah's Photoshop. Like, okay, there's no Photoshop here. Like, look, my stomach's flat. My butt's big. Like, what do you see that's Photoshop? Like, there's no Photoshop on my face. Like, I have nice skin, like, nice hair. You guys are extremely annoying. And I guess we'll see what happens next episode. But everybody keeps asking me about Mo. Of course, I still have Mo. He has a little tag on. He is like really like scruffy looking, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next week for episode 6. Mwah.